All right, so let's take a look at how today went. I think it's easier framing my narrative and bias for the day. My trade was on ES. So coming into the day, I was very aware that we did overnight. If you see here, we actually took out prior day's high. While we took out prior day's high, the immediate reaction was to create this 1 hour fair value gap, as you can see. We were really struggling to get above this. So I was leaning more bearish, but again, structure overall is, as you can see, it's still quite bullish. So I was cautious about even my bearish bias. It wasn't like 100% conviction on bear side. I was open to see how price played out, but I definitely wasn't rushing into taking longs unless I had supreme conviction. So yeah, with this information, really what I was looking to see is a opening range move, come up into this 1 hour gap, fail, and then see reversal. And for the reversal, maybe you can see clear on the 4 hour. I was looking down to, as you can see here, we have this unmitigated 4 hour fair value gap. Again, it was, I shouldn't say unmitigated. We did get a wick down into it, but I thought if we did see weakness, as I said, after taking prior day's high, we started to see a retrace. I kind of wanted to target this as a potential target. So let's take a look here. This is on bar replay mode on the 5-minute chart, and we're on ES here. So this is New York Open. We got an aggressive, move up. But you got to remember, like this aggressive move up, all that is if I rewind here, we'll go to 5 minutes. Yeah, this is the 5. So this is that's just this move up into the gap that we created in regular trading hours. So until we clear that gap, like there's no need to be bullish. So let's just see how price played out. So we see a sustained move up, and right here. So right here is where I started getting interested in downside. Why? We form an SMT over here. We see NQ come up, take London. New York, our ES did not take London. But we're still not seeing high conviction to the downside. As you can see, we did create this 5-minute bearish BPR. I just needed to see a little bit more follow through. And really what I wanted to see is this 5-minute gap here, just a little bit of speed through here. And once I saw some like a decent amount of momentum here, and I wanted to also see it playing out on NQ2, and if I could see those working in tandem, I had conviction that we were going to go down towards that 4 hour gap or lower on ES. So there, once I saw this candle, I just wanted to see the next candle after it, but at this point I was pretty much set on taking shorts. And for me, where I was setting my stop loss is this candle here. This is the formation candle of this 5-minute fair value gap. So if I started to see some speed through here, I set a limit order and looked to get tagged in. So I actually got tagged in here through this momentum. And this is something to note. So the way I frame these trades is, I enter, I got tagged into this trade, my stop loss is set, my take profit is set. Down here, this line here is this here. It's the wick of the 4 hour candle here, right above this fair value gap. And I thought that was a strong enough draw to target that. Again, I thought we could go further, but I'm not looking to hit it out of the park here. It's just, I just want base hits. I'm putting on enough size to make decent money off them. So, but anyway, I set and forget this. So I left my apartment. And typically what I do is I leave, and then I come back and check at noon, because noon we tend to see price action slow up around that lunch period. And then we usually see an injection of liquidity kind of around that 2 p.m. spot where the 4 hour candle's closing. You sometimes get some good moves around there. But I don't want to be involved in the chop leading up to that and any consolidation. So if I go back to a long time ago when I didn't used to use this method, and I would monitor the trade and look to manage it and set my break-even point, I stopped with that because I was just getting tagged out far too often, and my trade would go to my target. And this is a day where almost certainly that would have happened. So price comes down, it does not hit my TP. If I was actively monitoring my trade, at this point, I have no doubt in my mind that my stop would be at break even. And let's see what would have happened to that trade. Gone. I would have been taken out at break even. Not the end of the world, but this was happening so frequently to me that I have it set in stone now. Wherever my TP1 is, okay, it's a different story. If I'm shooting for a TP1 and I've said I'm taking 50% off and I have a TP2, fine. Once I hit the TP1, then I can go to break even and let the runners run. But until TP1 is hit, I'm not playing with the trade. And as you can see here, following this, we came right down and it was awesome. So it took the trade, and we'll see how the rest of the day played out. So this as well, this other yellow circle down here, this would have been my TP2, and eventually we did get there, and we saw, let me see, and then we started to see, where is it? Yeah, we saw a recovery into end of day. But yeah, no, great day. Really happy about my patience and waiting for this to play out, not chasing long in the AM, because there was a case to be made, especially in NQ, that we were going to come up and maybe take Asia. I know a lot of traders got caught on that trade, and it was a reasonable trade to take. But the reason I didn't take it is because you always have to be counted. As I said at the very start of this video, going into the day, I knew we already took prior day's high in pre-market, and there was liquidity below. And typically before any sort of decent, we are in a range. We've been in a range for months at this point. So looking for those big breakouts, it's just not worth playing for them. You know, play inside the range. When we get up to resistance and start seeing weakness, usually that weakness is valid, and you shouldn't be hoping for the big breakout. We're just not there yet. That compounded with the fact we have NFP in the morning. So the Thursday before NFP, we're not going to see huge breakouts. The market is waiting to get that important data before it decides on a macro direction. So yeah, all in all, awesome trading day. I'm still like a little down in the week, but not much. So like one good trade tomorrow will put me green. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.